Am I the hay-hole for not giving my stepsister my half of her mother's life insurance? Hello, this is actually happening to my husband right now, but he asked me to post. He doesn't go on Reddit, but he does like me to read him some of the stories from this sub. So my husband, male 47, had a stepmom who was 81 and just recently passed at the beginning of March. His father, who she was married to, passed away when my husband was 19. He died of cancer and knew it was coming, so he revised a will for his then wife and only child, my husband. The will was a little unusual. It stated that the home my husband's father owned would belong to both my husband and his current wife. However, his wife would be allowed to be the sole resident until she passed or decided to move out. Then the sole ownership would go to my husband. His wife was not allowed to will the home to her children or relatives. I'm not sure the term for this, it's like she owned it but didn't fully own it. The reason behind this was my husband's father was rather vindictive. He didn't care for his ex-wife very much, my husband's mother, and he didn't like his own stepkids either. So in the chance he passed while my husband was still under the age of 18, his ex-wife would have no sway over his son, or the house, seeing as his current wife would have it, and her kids would never have it, as when she passed, it would go to my husband. When his father passed, his stepmother gathered a few of his things up in garbage bags and left them on the porch of his dad's house for him and wouldn't let him inside. She also wouldn't let him have his TV, his pictures, his video games, or his childhood toys. He's sure those went to her grandkids. He said that was the last time she spoke to him and her last words to him were, "The TV stays." So that was 28 years ago. Now to today. His stepmother died. Her daughter, female 60s, tried to, and unsuccessfully, get half the house. She has no claim according to the lawyers she spoke to, so there's now a little bad blood between her and my husband, but he's trying to remain amicable. Her mother just passed, and while he didn't like her, it was her mother. However, we were contacted by his late stepmother's insurance company. Because she didn't name a beneficiary on the policy, my husband is entitled to half the payout. We don't know how much it is yet. His stepsister is furious and thinks it's unfair. She wants my husband to collect his half and give it to her. He is torn. He knows his stepmother kept all of his father's life insurance. Even though she was trusted to give some to him, she kept most of his belongings and kept him out of his father's home. So he's bitter. Legally, the money is his. But he feels like morally it might not be. His stepmother hated him and she would have never named him on her policy. Would he be the a-hole if he kept the money?